Let me at him!
Well, there it is. Hello and welcome to a Warcraft 3 shoutcast of Hawk playing as the light grey human player at the top position of Last Refuge versus Xelsing as the yellow orc at the bottom position. So, we knows that the Hawk dude is the dude what's pretty darn good on the War 3 arena, and this is where it was played, I believe, in a tournament very recently. Xelsing is also a good orc who does his darndest, and we're going to see him do more of his darndiness, hopefully, as this game goes on. It's been described to me as a little bit of an epic game. It's the tryhard Domino. That dude what tryhards as a night elf on Warcraft 3. He has suggested that I cover this replay. Gave me a nice link to it, so I said, yeah, okay, I can do that. And that's what I'm doing right now. So this is going to go on for a little while, this replay. I'm not going to give you the exact time. And if you look at the YouTube bar, well, that's going to spoil it for you right here, right now. I'm actually streaming this live on my YouTube. Well, not on my YouTube. I don't use YouTube for live streaming. Who does that? Seriously. Twitch.tv/WTii is where I am streaming this currently. But it will go out on YouTube today as well. Hopefully, if YouTube can hurry up and process this. So, without further ado, let's talk about what's going on. Because we can see an Archmage is halfway through and a Footman. Is the Footman going to go off and scout his merry way? Perhaps he's going to look out for something else. A peon? No. He's getting ready to creep by the looks of it. I haven't seen any scouting from either player so far on this map. You can't see any lines going between the two. So we haven't had any peon scouts or anything like that, which means that Xelsing has probably played against enough human players to pretty much know what he's going to be up against. He's going to get ready for that. Well, he can't be ready for the shopping time unless he wants to hang around, and that ain't going to be productive. So what he's going to do is he's going to start off by creeping off on the Ogre Warrior. Get himself a nice little item, I imagine. Pick off some shop items and then go on his way to perhaps harass. Gloves of Haste. Not too bad on the Archmage, even better on the Blade Master. So we can see it. Hawk has decided that his militia can finish this creep camp off and he can move on to pastures anew. Meanwhile, Xelsing is just clearing up this last little troll creep camp. The Blade Master hasn't got all the imbalanced items yet, so he's not going to clear it just quite as quickly as an Archmage, Footman and Militia can. So, look around. Kind of an apt name because that's exactly what he's doing, and his next key point looks like it's over here. So he's going to try to take this creep camp away from his enemy because this is an enemy territory, and we can see that Xelsing is almost prepared for this because he's sent off a grunt just to kind of scout for this and see where his opponent is. So that's a nice touch there. More Footmen coming out, and a tech just starting off for Xelsing right now at this moment. Blade Master intercepting on the Archmage. Archmage managed to pick up a nice little item, replenishment potion, just in case he gets too much threat from the Blade Master. But it looks like the Footmen are the Blade Master's targets for now, unless he can try to dance that Footman around. But the Blade Master hasn't picked up the boost of speed yet, so he won't be able to pick that Footman off. He'll be able to keep up with it, but I don't think he'll pick it off. If he had the boost of speed, he could probably do it. We'll find out. I guess he'll give it a try, otherwise he might retire to the shop. It's a decision he's going to have to make, and we'll catch up on him soon. We can see Hawk's trying to get maybe a potential surround and a grunt there, dancing around a little bit. I imagine that Footman is quite fine at this point. Blade Master's stuck, unable to enter the human base, of course, because a good human player will block off their base, as such, as you can see. We can imagine that Xelsing will probably want to pick him up a boost of speed. And I think we might see a boost of speed as well for Hawk's Archmage 2. Level 2, by the way. Moving up to level 3. Halfway through for Xelsing's tech. We're going to get some harass here. Maybe try to take out a burrow at the very least. Do some nice harass. Pick off a peon, perhaps. Xelsing sitting at the tavern for some reason at this point. Grunts are moving back. And now he's coming over to his base on the mini-map, I can see. Footman getting a nice little surround in the burrow, but there's peons around. 4, 5 peons currently repairing it. Should be enough to keep it from the 4, 5 Footmen and the Water Elemental and the Archmage going for it. Blade Master sees his opportunity to go for the Footman once more. That burrow is actually taking quite a lot of damage, but he's lost a Footman. Bringing in another Water Elemental might have enough DPS to bring down the burrow. Is it going to be worth all of this? I suppose it is, because that is not only denying wood income for Xelsing, it might actually bring down the burrow, which is going to cause... Oh, wow, he actually has to run away from that. That's a bit harsh. However, as I was saying, Because Xelsing is not only just spending lots of time repairing this burrow, that's costing him resources. He's also not gathering resources. So this tier 2 is going to hurt him a little bit because he's not going to have exactly a whole ton of wood to get himself a second hero, as well as a bestiary and everything else that he'll want to get himself. So, no. Hawk, just returning back to base. Tech 2, tier 2 is almost complete. Gonna not go back to base though and pick up a clarity pot, which is what I suspected he might try to do because his shop had just recently finished. He's instead going to move to the middle because he can pick up a Beastmaster. Pick up a Beastmaster, that's what he's going for. He's going to bring down the Quill Beasts and have some fun versus some grunts. Xelsing almost at level 3 with his Blade Master, so a couple of footman kills there I believe, and a bit more creeping has helped to keep him, well, ahead in a sense, because it looks like Hawk's Archmage is slightly behind, and Xelsing here using mirror image as well to get a nice surround on this Ogre Magi, denying Hawk from being able to pick up the item. Oh, Potion of Greater Mana. That will be very nice on a Shadow Hunter, unless he just wants to go for it right now. We can see Hawk bringing in the militia here to try to stand his ground at this creep camp. He wants dominance over this position. Doing some damage to the Blade Master. Blade Master dancing around, trying to hit the Archmage whenever he can. Hoping for that crit, because a crit will do a lot of damage to just a measly level 2 Archmage. And he's not committing too much. Oh, no, I wouldn't suggest it. But he's going for the Peasant over here, slightly outside of the range of the Arcane Tower. Able to pick it off, slowing down the Arcane Sanctum's production facility. The other one's going to go up in a second, so we can probably expect some Sorks soon. Meanwhile, Xelsing did decide to go for his second hero straight off the bat once he hit tier 2 and start to produce a Spirit Lodge. He has yet to put down a Bestiary from what I can see. Blade Master having some more fun versus a potentially fatal Archmage here. He's going for it. He seems adamant, doesn't he? He's got a level 3 Blade Master, so that's level 2 Windwalk. He can sit in Windwalk for quite a long time, about 40 seconds. So he's got all the time in the world to wait whilst Hawk is trying to get this creep camp. He's pulling it back, keeping his distance. Does look like Xelsing's returning back a little bit. Going to benefit from a healing salve in a moment, I imagine, which would be very nice for him to try to get his health all the way back up and then continue to harass. I imagine that Xelsing's going to bring out his grunts and his Shadow Hunter to carry on creeping some more of the moderate creep camps whilst his Blade Master keeps the push and tries to deny Hawk from getting any experience whatsoever. It's pretty advantageous to have a level 3 Blade Master at this point when your opponent still has a level 2 Archmage. Typically human players try to speed boost their Archmage to level 3 as fast as possible for the level 2 Water Elemental, as well as just knowing that they're going to get in a lot of trouble later on. Oh, there goes. That looked like a snipe, but it couldn't have been because Windwalk was not broken there. I'll be amazed. Maybe it was. I don't know. I need to keep an eye on that. It does look, this Blade Master going to town. He's having a lot of fun. Slow going down on the Blade Master, making it a bit more tricky for him to dance around. Beastmaster pulling back slightly because one crit does a hell of a lot of damage to a level 1 Beastmaster. Blade Master slowly backing off, healing salve, coming in with the Windwalk, getting ready to pick off something. Is he going to go for the Footman? Oh, lovely job there from Hawk. Just preemptively waiting for that Blade Master to perhaps be ganking. He's quite paranoid. That's 100 gold right now. It's 50 gold for one reveal, and that was 2 reveals that he just used, using the laboratory nearby. Absolutely trying to make sure that that Blade Master does not interfere with him whatsoever. It's almost like Xelsing saw that coming because he was not waiting around here. So that was good because he basically forced Hawk to spend 100 gold. So this Blade Master harass has put so much threat on, you know, Hawk so far that he's actually spending cash needlessly, basically, at this point. It's not needless because of the threat that he's under, but because he didn't get any success with those reveals, you can call it needless to a degree. 4 Sorks, 1 Priest, no more than 4 Sorks, bloody hell, that's 6 Sorks. That's a lot of slow. I don't think that Blade Master is going to be speeding it through, even with that boost of speed. Xelsing looking like he's picking up with the army size, and he's oh, there we go, Shadow Hunter finally hitting level 2. He needs to get that to level 3 for the level 2 healing wave. He's got a Shaman coming in here, perhaps for early purges on water elementals. Oh my goodness, Hawk is getting a little bit cocky here. He's going for a rather difficult creep camp, but Xelsing knows, because he has a level 3 Blade Master, so he's pretty much stalking his opponent at all times. He's not even going for the Footman just yet. He might go for it in a moment. Oh, there it goes. And then he's going to try to pick... Oh, unluckily for him, he didn't get the kill on the Quill Beast. Invulnerability Pot is not only awesome because it stops you from taking damage, it actually removes any slow effects or anything like that. So it gives him an opportunity to just run around free doing damage. Beastmaster looking really unhealthy right now. Again, Xelsing, does he go for it? Doesn't he go for it? Does he break his Windwalk? He does. He doesn't even try to take up the Tome of Agility. He doesn't want to risk it versus those Sorks and getting caught out. He's out of mana now, so he can't continue to use his Windwalk abuse. And it does look like Hawk is going to pick up this item. Nice level 2 for the Beastmaster. Beastmaster? Why do I keep calling him Beastmaster? What's that about? Beastmaster. Lovely touch there. Invisibility on the Hawk. A very, very good move there from, well, Hawk. Because this allows him to keep an eye on his opponent, see where he's creeping, what he's up to, what items he's got on his heroes. It's very nice indeed. We can see that with the level 3 Archmage, he should be a bit more confident with his level 2 Water Elementals to tank big creeps like this gargantuan Sea Turtle. The massive damage that he does is going to allow him to use his Sorks and that to do quite a nice bit of damage. Heavy armor takes additional damage from magic damage, so actually this creep camp is pretty easy to do with casters only, because he actually hasn't got any footmen left. But he has got Spellbreakers, and they're starting to fit into the mix. Blademaster just being a pest. The Priest there coming in for the Windwalk on the Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Who managed to pick that off? I think Hawk got the experience for that, if I'm being honest. It felt like Xelsing did a lot of damage to it, but he didn't quite pick it off. A surround here on the Blademaster. Needs 10 more mana for Windwalk. How is Hawk going to escape with this Spellbreaker? I guess he's just going to let it go, just to try to get it. But the Invulnerability Potion is lasting for an eternity. It was a long one. He must have picked up the item, so he got the item from the turtle, managed to use it, and now he's down 1 mana according to him from being able to Windwalk, and down he goes. That's a huge, huge boon for Hawk right now, because if that Blademaster managed to get away, that would have been very nasty. But whilst that Blademaster is dead, the Shadow Hunter is still creeping. He's hit himself up to level 3 using that level 2 healing wave. It's very useful indeed. Looks like Xelsing's decided to use a Shaman, pop over to the tavern and pick up his Blademaster. At this point in the game, I feel that a lot of the pro players, from what I see, and I don't watch that many pro replays, so if you've got any criticisms or things you'd like me to cover, then feel free to let me know. Because obviously it's been quite a while. The last cast I did actually had Xelsing in it, but it's been a while since I've done a replay cast, so I'm not so experienced with casting. And we can see a lot of peons coming in here, but I see that a lot of pros tend to favour spending gargantuan tons of cash and wood just to make sure they can get their hero out as fast as possible. You can't be waiting for it for the altar. Huge gank here from Xelsing, picking off a couple of casters there, moving in. Looks like Hawk's trying to go for the Demolishers at the back. Sork's running around at the back as well. Archmage getting stuck in between the Orc army, but it does look like Xelsing isn't focused on the Archmage whatsoever. He's going on the Spellbreakers, trying to pull them away from his Demolishers, but it's too late for the Demolishers. They've gone down. But that's okay now, because the Sorks are able to heal up through this with the 1 priest left alive. The Sorks can survive just a little bit longer. Archmage getting into some trouble just from frickin' grunts alone. Not even the Blademaster on it. Looks like the Shadow Hunter is barely staying alive here. Getting a lot of damage taken from militia that are now converting into peasants, so they're going to be doing way less damage. Is Hawk going to be going in here for the kill? No, he's not going to be able to get it because of the healing wave going off there. Nice little juke. Spellbreaker being picked off. No more items left for use, although the Beastmaster could go down, which is why we're probably not seeing Xelsing focus the Beastmaster, because he notices, or probably would have noticed, the Ankh of Reincarnation on that Beastmaster, which obviously means that the Beastmaster comes back to life. Oh, a little bit of focus going down there on the Quill Beast. Is he going to be able to pick it off? I think he should try to get out of this situation. And lovely little crit there, but not quite enough. Blademaster's going to have to use Invulnerability Potion just to keep himself alive. A little bit of focus on the Beastmaster whilst he's caught out of position, but invisibility allows him to escape without any threat. Blademaster really needs to back off here, unless the Hellstone was passed over from the Shadow Hunter, giving the Blademaster a lot more longevity in this fight. However, I would say that Hawk still feels like he's got the advantage here, because he's got a hell of a lot of units. If he loses that Beastmaster though before the Shadow Hunter goes down, which it looks like is going to be the case, oh my god, the Shadow Hunter, is he going to be able to escape? The slow is being able to keep him down. Oh, the Beastmaster manages to go down as well. Shadow Hunter not quite down yet. Xelsing loses his Shadow Hunter. I was wondering if he's going to pick off his own Shadow Hunter there to deny experience, and he's just waiting to see if the Archmage could get the Fireball. I think this Kodo might not actually go down. No. He actually manages to stay alive, which means that the Spellbreaker will be defiled, giving a little bit more experience for the Blademaster. And now we can see that the Shadow Hunter is being picked up from the altar. So again, let me know. because we've got a Demolisher here, just chilling out. Got to be a little bit careful there. Possibly considering whether to pop into the tavern and bring out the Shadow Hunter. But maybe you get your main hero. Like your Blade Master is your main source of DPS. It's the critical. I mean, you don't want to lose your Shadow Hunter, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. Is he going to try to pick it up from the tavern? I keep wondering if he's going to cancel it from his altar. It looks like he's just trying to find something to do, but it's not easy to engage versus a human army this big. We've got like 3 spell breakers, what looks like about 5 Sorks and 4 priests, and a hell of a lot of else to go with it, because there's a Beastmaster and an Archmage, which means lots and lots of summons. And right now, it doesn't look like Xelsing's got a very strong source of, well, dispel, basically, for lack of a better word. He wants to dispel, he wants to remove these water elementals, these quill beasts, because the quill beast is bloodlust in itself, doing massive amounts of damage. I mean, these summons pack in quite a lot of DPS if you leave them alone. Nice scouting here from Hawk with his Hawk, just continuing to do that, keep an eye on his opponent. Oh, we've got Xelsing coming in here with the Blade Master, dropping him off with a Zeppelin, but unfortunately for him, very clever positioning placement here. I can't tell if that's deliberate or not from Hawk, but the position there means that the Blade Master cannot pass through this gap, but he is in there nonetheless. A couple of Arcane Towers are going to remove whatever mana he has left, and slowly, ever so slowly, do some damage, but not really enough. The Blade Master can pretty much deal with this since he's level 4 and he's quite powerful. At the moment, we can see that Hawk isn't dicking around, though. He's coming straight into Xelsing's base. He's like, you're in my base, I'm going for your base now. A tower and a Demolisher and a bit of backup at the moment is going to help Xelsing stay alive a little bit longer. Shadow Hunter trying to keep the Blade Master alive. Needs to definitely put a healing salve on it, or maybe pick up an item or two. He's got to get that from the shop before it gets potentially taken down. Does look like Hawk's calming down though, and he's deciding to back off a little bit. Maybe look for a creep camp to take out, or potentially an enemy expansion. Good use of invisibility continuously here with Hawk. Just not only are these summons amazing for DPS, they're just great scouts. The Hawk, the Quill Beast. That's a lot of vision for him right now. He can see exactly what his opponent is doing, where he's moving out. The only thing he can't see is where the Blade Master is. So that's definitely something you've got to be a little bit cautious about. Is a Blade Master that seems adamant on getting inside of your human base. And he'll be able to do really good damage and probably get himself out to level 5, because his militia can't fight off a level 4 Blade Master that is pretty pimped out. He's quite good geared. I mean, 2 gloves of haste is pretty solid, and if he ever does get himself into super trouble, then lesser invulnerability potion. This isn't comfortable for the militia. They won't beat the Blade Master in this situation with just a couple of arcanes. So essentially all they can do is try to delay a little bit of time for the Blade Master, but eventually they're just going to be given experience. Now, Hawk, using the opportunity of the Blade Master once again harassing, and I wonder what the cooldown is on his Staff of Teleportation, because he recently used it. He's hit level 5. Is he able to get back to base in time, or is he still got to wait like another 20 seconds? I think it's probably like another 15-20 seconds if I could count it in my head. And we can see that Xelsing is just hanging here by the tower. He hasn't really got that much going for him. 1 grunt, a few shaman. Well, it looks like his hero's not really being focused here, even though it's potentially in a position to get blocked. A lot more towers coming up for Xelsing at the back, though. And Hawk just trying to deal with the tower at the front and maybe be able to take out the shop. We see that the Blade Master, Xelsing, has managed to start a teleport back to base, but he's in a position where he actually can't get back into the fight because he is actually blocked. If he tries to run through here, he cannot get through here. The trees are blocking him, which is a really, really unfortunate move for him right now. Because obviously he wants to try to get that Blade Master into action, because, well, a human player is destroying your base. You might want to try and do something about it. The Zeppelin over here is looking a little bit confused. And we've got a castle almost at tier 3 for Hawk, so that's pretty sweet for Hawk. He's just playing it safe at the moment, trying to pick off the buildings at the front, because why go into towers when you haven't really got a huge source of DPS? He hasn't got mortars or griffins to bring down buildings a little bit quicker or provide the damage that he needs to. We have seen a Forest Troll Berserker being picked up for Hawk. There are currently no upgrades for Hawk right now. He's sitting with a level 5 Archmage, a level 4 Beastmaster with Hood of Cunning and Belt of Giant Strength, as well as a lesser invulnerability potion. So he's pretty damn strong at the moment. If he can get that Beastmaster up to level 3, he's going to be having a really good time. Xelsing currently just trying to stay alive. The Zeppelin has finally managed to return back to base, and perhaps the Blade Master might want to pop in there and get out into the action. He could potentially go for the... Oh my goodness, go for it! Ah, lovely use of invisibility there. Very quick. Invisibility is an incredibly powerful spell if you are able to use it, which is basically how all spells should be. It should require micro APM skill, talent to use it, and we're using a severe abuse of this. Jeez, summons coming in, although summons being purged, allowing the Shadow Hunter to step up to level 5. So Xelsing is actually doing okay here. I mean, he managed to sort of hold his own there versus quite a large army, albeit mostly casters. But still, he didn't have much to go for him, just a tower or two, and he's sitting in there strong, and he's managed to get himself 2 level 5 heroes, so he's actually in a better position hero-wise than Hawk. Potentially in a better position because he's got the Blade Master, because as the Blade Master levels up, he only gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and gets more and more difficult to handle as a human player particularly. So we're going to see him having to back off here, because he's not at God mode just yet. He can't take on that many summons, that much slow, that much kiting just yet. Kodo Beast, do not get picked off. The summons with the piercing damage are doing quite a lot of damage to you. Oh my goodness, the pickup with the Zeppelin. He wasn't going to die, but that was a good move regardless, because there could have been one more Sork hit coming towards that Kodo, and the pickup would have denied it. So we can see the Bestiary now being picked off for Xelsing. So that's unfortunate for him, because he's only going to be left with a Spirit Lodge at this point. He's actually having to get his shot back at the bottom. Hawk's doing even more scouting with his Hawk. Hawk is scouting. And we can see that the tier 3 upgrades for the Arcane Sanctums are now being researched for the casters. So we're going to see a Polymorph potentially from Sorks. Not likely, but potentially. It's mainly because once you actually upgrade, as you can see, the Sorks have now stepped from 300 mana to 400 mana. Now, why is this a big deal? Because it's just an extra couple of slows as well, isn't it? Not to mention that it caps. So the Archmage Brilliance Aura, even though he doesn't technically need to go Brilliance Aura, because unless he sold it, yeah, I believe earlier he picked up Khadgar's Pipe of Insight, which is Brilliance Aura, but he sold that and decided to use his Archmage with Brilliance Aura instead of going the Water Elemental Blizzard route, which few people rarely ever do. Does look like Xelsing's just desperate for any old kill, and that's how you kind of play it as a Blade Master and Orc, to be honest with you. You just keep trying to pick things off until you can eventually get yourself up to level 6, and then you can do a huge amount of damage with Blade Storm amongst a huge clump of casters. So we're looking for the opportunity right there for Xelsing. Just level 5 Shadow Hunter, just chilling out. He's sitting around the 200 mana mark. He's got, oh, lovely purges. This is great use of Shaman. This is so rare. Normally, almost always you see Spirit Walkers, which are basically cow casters. They're the Tauren ones, and they cast Disenchant, which is like an area of effect. It's basically like the Priest Dispel, and it does so much damage to summoned units. But instead we're seeing a more specific use of Dispel, which is the Purge. It targets a single target, but it does a hell of a lot of damage, probably about 500 damage to a summoned unit. We've got Xelsing going around, scouting, healing up, and he's going to come across something very tasty indeed in a second. Oh yes, when you come across that, you know you got a little bit more of a victory. Not only do you deny expansion, slow down progress, you also get yourself a bit of experience. Hawk just trying to delay it as much as possible. Every little move, every little touch is very nice there. So I'm enjoying that. What have we got at the moment? Oh, halfway through for our Shadow Hunter. And more clarity potions, which means a higher cap of mana for the Shadow Hunter, which is huge because the Shadow Hunter is incredibly awesome when he's got tons of mana, because he can just keep you fighting forever. An opportunity to heal wave there. Missed, unfortunately, which allows a Shaman to go down, but a Spellbreaker has been brought down in vengeance. Hawk, I feel like he needs to move on to slightly more powerful units. He's got the tier 3. Perhaps bring some knights in. He's got loads of gold. He's clearly banking it at this point because, well, he has been in constant action, so there's a potential that he's forgotten to actually use his resources. He's not in a position to really, well, he's got enough to build knights and stuff like that, but he will run out of wood a lot quicker than he'll run out of gold. Having said that, his gold mine's about to run out, so he actually kind of needs to secure an expansion at the same point. That's potentially why he's not actually getting any new units, because a knight costs 60 wood, so it's quite a chunk of wood, and right now he's not sitting too comfortable. Blade Master, oh my goodness, can't be too far away from level 6. He's making his way there quite nicely. Yeah, it looks like he's coming over to the expansion point to try to secure it with his army. If he can sit tight, he can perhaps stop this nasty Xelsing's Blade Master from picking off all of his peasants, but he's only got so many left. I mean, literally, I think he has 3 left. So even if Xelsing takes tons of damage here, as long as he just keeps picking off the peasants, he's going to actually have to start rebuilding them from his main, which he is right now. We can see Xelsing bringing in his army, his Shadow Hunter, so close to level 6. Will we ever see Big Bad Voodoo? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see that. But we've got our Shamans there sitting quite nice and comfy on roughly around 100 to 200 mana each. So there's a few purges in there. I believe purges 75 mana. So they can purge a few more summons, that's for sure. So that's interesting use of Shaman play. Is Xelsing just going to go blatantly for the peasants? I think he should just do it. Obviously, I can see the entire map. I know the situation, but I imagine he kind of knows the situation right now as well. Oh! Invisibility used on the peasant, but removed automatically once he starts building again. Now, did you see that Blade Master? He used a clever tactic, which I would probably use for like 4 versus 4 RT games or Tower Island or something like that, where you bloodlust your Blade Master beforehand. You buff him up as much as you can do. Spirit Link potentially, but there are no Spirit Links because there's Shaman, hence the bloodlust. A lovely move here from Hawk. That Quill Beast can do quite a lot of damage, at least picking off maybe a peon or two. If he's paying attention, there we go, there's one. And that's a little bit more experience. Might not seem like much, but it's a bit more experience for Hawk. If he can hit level 6 on that Archmage, that means a lot of teleport abuse. A lot easier to control a Blade Master that can basically speed around the map with his boots of speed and level 3 Wind Walk. He's got Clairvoyance on research from his Arcane Sanctum. So he is able to see the Blade Master come in with towers. So he's able to react to this, as you can see, even though the Blade Master is in Windwalk. Xelsing just trying to handle any annoying, pesky summons that are coming through. But he can't see them because they're constantly invised. But he will see them as soon as they start activating on the peons. And he'll get another couple of kills from a peon. And he's going to go straight for it. No time to mess around. Xelsing just trying to pick off some more creeps. He won't get the experience from it, but he'll get the gold. Not that there's much gold, but potentially a nice item. We'll see what he'll pick up in a second. Gloves of Haste? Well, I can't shrug at it. It'll do, but I don't think the Blade Master is going to want to pick it up unless he can find an excuse to not have the Staff of Teleportation, which I think he does have a good excuse. It's almost tempting from a spectator point of view to see him pick up another Zeppelin, but I'm not sure exactly what his gold... Yeah, he's at 70 gold at the moment, 140 wood. Meanwhile, we can see that Hawk is sitting a bit more comfortably at 797 gold and 139 wood. He's sitting at the 50 food cap, so he's not losing any income. And Xelsing is slightly lower. He's at 37 out of 50, and he's having a hard time getting towers up because of pesky, pesky summons. Now, he's doing a good job getting rid of them. The Shamans are a good reactionary unit to summons because they just straight up target it and purge. And they bring it down very quickly. Spirit Walkers sometimes are a bit slow. Disenchant still does, it still does the same job, but Purge just feels a little bit more instantaneous, a little bit more reactive. So many summons coming in. So many summons are being purged. And don't get me wrong, this is why the Shadow Hunter is going up in experience. Is every time these summons are being, purged, they're given experience. And these are level, I couldn't tell you what the levels are, specifically of the units. I guess I would call them level 5 units, if they were level 5 units in the game. It does look like Hawk's had enough. He's coming straight in. He's lost so many summons, but still more coming in there. A couple of watermelons at the back. We've got Inner Fire being spammed across the boat. Oh, Bladestorm coming here from Xelsing. It's almost like Hawk predicted that, and he smartly moved out of this. Because if he didn't move at that point in time, he probably would have lost a lot more there. Staff of Teleportation actually being used there just to move from there to there because of the slowing down that Blade Master so much. Shadow Hunter sitting at 300 mana. It's level 3 Healing Wave at least. Probably a level 3 Hex. I don't imagine he got Big Bad Voodoo, but who knows? I can't count the amount of seconds on Hex unless I see it. Beastmaster overstepping his mark a little bit, backing off ever so slightly. Purges going off on more summons. The caster army of Hawk doesn't really have that strength, that damage, like I was saying earlier. He kind of needs like Knights or Griffins now. Spellbreakers are fine as well. Especially in a situation since he's facing a lot of Shaman and a potential opportunity to surround a Shadow Hunter or at least reduce the mana on the Blade Master is also always going to be useful. So Spellbreakers are a good choice, but there are no upgrades. I can understand the no Knight if there is a Kodo around, but Knights are quick. If microed efficiently, you shouldn't get eaten by a Kodo. But in the heat of the battle, anything can happen. But the way Kodos work is if they try to target you and eat you, as long as you're moving away from it, as it goes to devour you, it won't be able to get you. At least that's my experience. Oh my goodness, a force of teleportation. The Blade Master really starting to bring the DPS now. And he's halfway to level 7, so if he gets that level 3 crit, you could see potentially Xelsing taking this game. Because like I say, Blade Master stacks, or what's the term for it? What is the proper term, would you say? It's not additive, it's like multiplicative. And that sounds like a bad word. It sounds wrong, but it's kind of the right way to say it, I think. Is that the Blade Master just... he benefits so much more from becoming level 7 than, say, other heroes. That's essentially what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of a flashy way to say it. So that's what I'm getting at. A level 7 Blade Master is going to be better than a level 7 Beast Master or Archmage, especially in this game situation because of Hex. Level 7 Blade Master sitting on your hero that's currently polymorphed or hexed, however you want to call it, whilst he's got level 3 crit. That hero is not going to last long. That Quill Beast is still massive as fuck, even though he was purged and lost the Bloodlust. Because the Bloodlust makes him big. Oh, Shaman. Beastmaster's still got a long way to go for level 6, and Archmage as well. So Xelsing's sitting here with... this is the thing, if Orc can drag out a game long enough, they can tend to do very well against most other races. Even Night Elf, which is strictly very strong. And there's a nice use of Blizzard, but removed and taken care of by Xelsing. Oh my goodness, here we go. Another instant Hex as soon as the Blizzard goes off there. Almost like that was deliberate, or he was waiting for it to go off. Ah, but will he get it again? No, he won't, because Hex has got a little bit longer to go. He's trying to use this Blizzard, and it's still effective despite being denied a couple of times of picking off the weak Shaman. Xelsing just trying to pick off other units as well. Units such as the Berserker gives good experience and removes the source of DPS for Hawk. Does look like Xelsing's getting out of that situation though. He's too slowed, he's too messed around with, and Hawk is almost celebrating with a long, elongated Blizzard. My goodness, he was really getting into that one, wasn't he? So much so that the priest almost bought it. So, what can we see? More Sorks and Spellbreakers for our Hawk, and he's moving into Xelsing's expansion, getting ready with more summons. The Brilliance Aura level 2 is doing a fantastic job of just basically summoning more summons upon summons. And they, no matter how many times they get purged or killed, they just seem to be freaking persistent as hell. Oh, Blade Master coming in there, almost picking off the Archmage with a couple of crits. But if he couldn't get that, he's going to move into Blaze Storm and do a lot of damage to casters. He's going back on the Archmage. He might be able to get the kill here if he gets a crit. Oh, he doesn't get a crit, but he still gets the kill because the Hex is, of course, a level 3 at this point, which means it lasts for ages, what feels like an eternity on heroes. Xelsing moving in here for the kill on the Beastmaster. He's really going on it strong. He's moving on to the casters. Anything he can pick up, he's like, if you want to run away from me and I can't get to you straight away, I'm going on to anything I can freaking kill. I've got a Blade Master. I'm going for it. Shadow Hunter, are you going to be able to get another heal off? Just keep the Blade Master on him. No, he's going to back off a little bit here. Hawk using that resources that he's got. Although it would be quite pricey to bring a level 5 Archmage in, but he can do so with the Tavern. But you've got to remember, what's his gold mine? It's at 10,000. That's still a lot of gold. Xelsing's gold mine has actually got less. So at the moment, Hawk is in a position where if resources were to run out at the same time, he shouldn't be behind his opponent. But it just comes down to how many more items or units he's got to build to replace other units that he consistently loses, whilst the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter get more and more powerful. Because as you can see, still a level 5 Archmage, still a level 5 Beastmaster. Meanwhile, the Blade Master obviously hit that level 7 point. Level 3 crit, ladies and gentlemen. Yay. Level 7 Shadow Hunter. Oh boy, those purges have paid off so much. I am honestly very shocked at just how effective those purges have been. I thought maybe I'll get Shaman at the start and then transition into Spirit Walkers or move away from Shaman after a while. It's only when they've been completely killed after like 30 minutes has he decided, you know what, I think I'm done with Shaman now. Now we can see he's moved into Raiders, which is a very good choice of unit, because Raiders ensnare, which is a bit like a CC, a crowd control, Hex, polymorph, slow, all those kind of things. If you can CC your opponent, it's going to allow your Blade Master more time to just sit on it and do some awesome crit damage. Blade Master can't make his mind up on what he wants to go for. Blizzard going down on the Orc Army bringing in the speed scroll to try to get out of the Blizzard as well as catch up with the Archmage. A lot of focus here. We're seeing hexes. We're seeing, it says, oh my god, that 284 crit. Did you see that? That Archmage just went down almost instantly, and it looks like the Beastmaster's going to go down as well until he takes the invulnerability pot and gets himself a little bit of a break for another 4 seconds. Oh my goodness. Blademaster just going to town, picking everything off. Kodo eating Spellbreakers. Shadowhunter trying to keep everything alive, but it doesn't even matter. Just keep the Blademaster alive and you're good. Oh, we are seeing Shaman play. Shaman's coming back, baby. Is he going to be used? No. Because he's going to die. He's already used all the mana he's got anyway. And Blademaster just picking off Militia left, right and centre. Focus now going down on the Shadowhunter. We can see Beastmaster wants to get himself level 6 so desperately. He's trying to use the blocks with the Quill Beast. The damage, the slow. The Shadowhunter must have some tanky stuff. It feels like he has. He's got a lot of armour because he's an agility hero and high level. So he's not really taking much damage whilst he's running away here. Because again, Hawk's source of DPS is mostly casters at this point and summons. And the summons seem to be getting dealt with by Xelsing quite consistently. He's done a very good job of that. He could be easily overwhelmed by summons in certain points of this game. It could have been over 15 minutes ago if he lost to those summons. But he made sure he got enough Shaman to handle the situation. How much gold have we got? We've got 8,000 gold for both mines, but we've got Xelsing sitting so much more comfortably in this game than Hawk. Oh, the Kodo being picked off there. That Beastmaster getting ever closer to level 6. When is the Archmage going to come out? Probably got like another 20 seconds or so to go. But a little way, but not too far. Now, all Xelsing needs to do is just keep this Blademaster alive and keep hacking away at essentially whatever Hawk throws at you. Be it Sorks, Priests, Summons, Militia, Peasants, Spellbreakers, whatever he's got, eat at it. Eat it away. Enjoy it. Nom yum yum. Very tasty freaking meal right there for that Blademaster. I want to see a level 10 Blademaster. Jeez, he could go that way. He's over halfway towards level 8. Nice use of invisibility again. I love seeing that sort of play because invisibility is something you probably only see like the top 1% of freaking human players do. Oh, the Blade Storm. Denying the slow. Allowing him to catch up with the fleeing casters. Picking up quite a lot more than I was expecting there. Very nice indeed. One thing I actually don't know for sure is whether Blade Storm stacks with how powerful your hero is. Is a level 6 Blade Storm as powerful as a level 10 one? You would say yes, because essentially it's the same spell. You don't upgrade it at level 10. But is the damage based off how powerful your hero is? The answer is probably no. Almost definitely no, because my head is telling me no. It does the same amount of damage at level 6 that it does at level 10, even if he has mass crowns of kings. But it felt like it did a lot there. Those Sorks did not enjoy that, did they now? They are sitting pretty damn cold and skeletal on the floor right now. Ooh. Hawk is still picking up an army here though. What is his food count at? 41 food. But that's mostly because he's got barely any peasants. So he's actually still got quite a lot in terms of units. Xelsing can't have that much though. He's got 35, so he's not actually as far behind, but I feel like he's got more peons. Not many. I guess he's kind of similar. Oh yes, he does actually. There they are. There's quite a few of them dicking around. Nice scout there from Hawk, revealing the potential expansion of Xelsing. Moving in for another one whilst his Blademaster is going to town on the expansion. The only gold source of Hawk right now. But Hawk is trying to fix this issue by clearing his next expansion, or what would be deemed his natural expansion, I suppose, because he might be able to move into that and take that. He's coming in here doing a lot of damage with Blizzard, but not quite picking off those peons. They're quite resistant, those peons, surprisingly, even though that must be like a level 3 Blizzard, because we have seen a respec for this Archmage, because he's still got the Brilliance Aura, and we don't see any Water Elementals. So he's opted to choose to go for Blizzard instead. Raiders doing a nice job here, allowing a threatening behaviour. Oh my goodness, he's all over the shop. He's got his Blademaster tearing apart the expansion. He's got Raiders barely taking any damage whatsoever from the Arcane Towers. Getting gold, no doubt, I bet. Let's have a look at these resources, see if it's going up. Is it going up in odd numbers? Yes, it is. If it's going up in odd numbers, it means he's got pillage. So he's already getting a good chunk of resources from the main there. Just being a threat, a pest right now. And that's a teleport. That's a straight up teleport. That's 350 gold because, again, as I've said multiple times, we can see that freaking Hawk is desperate to get level 6 on this Archmage, but he still hasn't been able to do it yet because the Archmage was starting to get picked off by a very powerful Blademaster who is now level 8. Always keeping an invulnerability potion on him because that's key. Keep him alive. In fact, what else can we put on him? Clarity potion. Is he going to still take up the Staff of Teleportation? No. It goes on the Shadow Hunter this time, so I wonder if he's just going to jam another item on this Blade Master. I guess he won't be doing it anytime soon because he's going to have to respond to this harass here. Nice damage going off there, Spellbreakers. A solidish army, if it wasn't for the sake that we're basically 40 minutes into the game now. If this is like a tier 2 mid-game army, fair enough, but it's late game at this point. And a Blade Master at level 8 can, as you've seen, deal with what are reasonably vulnerable units, lowish health units, quite easily with a good Blade Storm, just auto damage. Shadow Hunter here with 400 mana. That's at least 4 healing waves, which is going to be, you know, if it does 300 health to the first target it hits, that's, you know, 1200 health extra on the Blade Master. That's a lot of extra time for him to do his damage. Do what he needs to do. Xelsing is trying to get enough cash by shame mining at the moment, but he's going to go a long way. Maybe pillage might be his better bet. Instead, he's deciding to attack up ramp, going in here with the Blade Master. Lovely position there, sitting right in there, going straight for the Archmage. Are we going to see a Hex on the Archmage in a second here? No, invulnerability position going off on the Archmage, keeping him alive a little bit longer. Blizzard trying to do whatever damage it can do to the Orc army. Blade Master still staying in there, healing waves going off, keeping the Orc army alive. Coda Beast hasn't got anything in his belly. Beastmaster just desperately wants to pump out more summons, try and keep it going. Archmage about to go down, but the invisibility denies the kill for the Blade Master. Invulnerability potion sitting on the Blade Master. He won't last for much longer. Shadow Hunter actually pulling off back here. He's not got much left going for him, Xelsing, but he's still got a very powerful hero. But the position that he's in at the moment, Hawk, just sitting by these towers, good use of invisibility, allows him to be able to stay in this game and actually take this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How? I was adamant that Xelsing won that game. But the denial of being able to not... Well, Hawk's denying Xelsing from stopping his expansion. So he gets to keep his expansion. That's it. I mean, the expansion decided. It's like, yep, you got an expansion. You win. Well done. I mean, I might have a fucking level 8 Blade Master and level 8 Shadow Hunter, but... You got that expansion, you're sitting there pretty now, and I haven't got enough gold, or it's going to take a long time to get the gold. I guess you win. That's harsh. I can understand his choice there. He could have stuck in there a little bit longer, but I can understand why, because Hawk still has the position. Think of it, if Xelsing did get the gold to start building another expansion, Hawk could still harass the hell out of it with summons, constant summons, even if it's feeding experience. Ew, wow, what a game. What a game. I thought Hawk won that, and then I was like, Blade Master's level 7. Level 3 crit. GG. Well done, Xelsing. And then we get right to the end there, and it's like, hang on a second, Xelsing's pulling back here, he's getting kind of lower health on both of his heroes, running out of healing ways. Hawk's still staying strong. Invisibility buying him so much potential life there. You know, that's a lot of time the Blade Master's sitting in Arcane, you know, taking damage, losing mana, and then not getting the kill because of an invisibility denial. So all of that damage he did was potentially wasted, allowing Hawk to do damage that's going to stick. Very good game. Yeah, thank you very much, Domino, Captain Tryhard, or the other Captain Tryhard, for the replay. I am very glad to have covered that. If you've got any criticism, obviously constructive, preferred, not just you suck or awesome, somewhere in between, you know? Something telling me what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what I can do better. Just any way to improve would be a benefit. And if you want to let me know, you can either do it in the comments section below, or you can go to reddit.com/r/witty, WTii, which is the page. It's essentially a forum that I use for my channels on YouTube, which is Witty1 and WTiiWarcraft. So I will be posting this replay up today. Essentially today, whilst it's being streamed, today, and you can post your comments there as well, and I'll read anything you put down, no matter how offensive it is. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, like, and comment, and yeah, patreon.com/WittyWarcraft as well if you want to help support the channel. Keep it going. More stuff like this potentially. You never know. Alright then, thank you very much for watching again. Take care. I'll see you later.